part of a display being given by members of the Royal Marine Parachute Display Team, which they perform at shows all over the country. This film is about the training of the team and how they join together with other Royal Marine parachutists in an attempt to break the world parachute stacking record, a record held by the Americans with a stack of 23 men.
And you can see they're now coming together to build the formations in the sky. Now these formations you see building there are called stacks. The canopies you see there, they're made of panels which fill with air when they're opened, and they're called ram air canopies. It actually looks like they're standing on top of each other's shoulders. In fact, they've got their feet linked into the parachute risers, and that way they can fly this thing very much like an aeroplane. Ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Marines free-fall parachute display team.
Captain Phil Wilson, you're the officer commanding the display team. Why did the Royal Marines have a display team?
The aim of the team is to show as many different aspects of life in commando service. To do this, we have a 30-minute arena display which travels the country, and then the finale of the show is the Royal Marines free-fall parachute display team, because parachuting is a basic military skill, although the free-falling that we do is at the very top of the parachuting scale, but it has a part in service life.
Is previous experience absolutely necessary?
No, it's not absolutely necessary. We will take people from scratch, and in fact we have got a couple of people on the team at the present who we started from square one. And then once they've got up to the display standard, we then take them off to Zephyr Hills in Florida for an intensive 6-week training period to work up the actual performance.
Well, why there?
Well, the great thing about Zephyr Hills is it's one of the foremost parachute centres in the world, and of course there's guaranteed good weather in February there, which is when we're doing our training.
And who's in charge of the training?
Well, this year we were very lucky to get one of the ex-team captains back, Sergeant Pete Lampson, who was able to come over and give his experience and to train up the actual display. Okay, just sort of to the Met Man. 35, 40 knots today, cloud like you see it, rain later on. Hopefully these 3-day cycles that they supposedly have here will have cleared it up by Thursday, and we can get on with some proper work. But in the meantime, we'll do some dirt diving, so we might as well go on the ground and see how it lines up, yeah? Okay, right. Come on then, let's go. What should we be putting that in? That arm you got down there, Dave, you holding on to anybody? No. Why don't you try putting it up here? That's it. Ready, set, go! Okay, let's do a line up inside the aircraft and go right the way through the exit. Okay, out we go. Tom, I'll have to be you. Ready, set, go! Now it's about 15 seconds. Let's get down to under 10 seconds.
So with the final practice on the ground over, the time came for the new team to try out the movements in the air.
What do you reckon, Nigel? 80 knots?
We must be 75.
75, yeah. Good, good. On that one, when we break into the star, he'll nod at me, I'll know it's clear, and I'll give the big nod.
Never needed anybody help me.
training in the United States complete, the new display team assembled at the Joint Services Parachute Centre at Netheravon in Wiltshire, together with other experienced parachuting Marines for the world record stacking attempt.
Okay, welcome to JSPC Netheravon. In case any of you have forgotten who I am, or would like to, I'm Sergeant Lamson, and for this attempt, I'm the captain of the team. The purpose of this exercise is to build a world record 24-plane canopy relative work stack. And the team will be lifted in 3 aircraft. What I'm going to talk about now is things you all know, you've all experienced, you've all practiced. First thing is discipline. In the air, in the stack. If you are 15, 16, 17, then that is the slot you take. There's no point in trying to be a hot shot and trying to get in 13th, because it simply means you're going to cut somebody else up. You have 1 attempt at docking. I don't want people sliding across the back thinking, I'll get it this time, perhaps I'll get it the next time. Because while you're doing that, the rest of the guys are setting up behind you and they're all having to stay off. You have 1 attempt at docking and that's it. If the pressure gets too great on your ankles, tough. You've got to stay with it. Because there's no way you can drop it because it hurts. Just cry. If there's a wrap, don't drop anyone until you're told to by the 2 concerned. Okay? If the guy who's wrapped up says drop me, it doesn't mean 5 people up just let go and think, oh, I'm glad that's not mine. You don't drop anybody until the guy who's wrapped up has had a look underneath and make sure he's not going to go burrowing through the top of somebody else's canopy. One thing to remember, there will be no more dockings below 3,000 feet. We are going to need that time to break the thing up. Now, one other point, this is a world record attempt. It means it's not going to be easy. It means that no one has ever done it before. No one's even tried it before. We don't even know if this thing's going to fly. It's going to be as tall as a 10-story block of flats to start with. Every rule, everything that you've learned about CRW in the past years has got to come into play on this. Let's just concentrate on the job we've got to do. Okay, let's go do it. Oh, remember, fellas, be careful up there.
Netheravon, Bravo taxi with 9 on board, 8 to jump at 15,000 feet. Take off on Form's ready for takeoff. Coming up Bravo clear. Charlie Alpha, takeoff, Sierra November, JSPC, and up to 9. Bravo Alpha, roger, clear. QRP 1013, surface wind cam. 435, take it off. 35, clear takeoff, low-level departure to join the valley.
So the Royal Marines' first attempt got underway. I stayed with my feet firmly on the ground, with instructors from the Joint Services Parachute Centre at Netheravon and some of the officers of the Royal Marines.
Look at this angle. You'll see I'm on the port.
The attempt was going to be watched very closely indeed, and taking a particular interest was Sergeant Major John Horn, the senior parachute instructor at the centre, and John Lang, the official observer from the British Parachute Association.
15 seconds. Stand by. Door open. Move into the door. It's a go. 1 gone, 2 gone, 3 gone. And I'm open. There they go. That's what Canopy spline okay. Heading back to the pin and base. Moving down behind them. All's looking good at the moment. 2 is down. And 3 is in. And it's 12,000 feet. Keep coming. I'm closing in on 4. Okay.
I'm on. Got me. Runners, stand by! Come on down. Nice and steady, Gary. Check your canopy. Come on in, Daddy, come!
That's very nice. Gently, okay, come down.
Coming down again. Looking good this time. Down.
5 people on.
Clear nose. Iron just going past. Excellent.
Bravo's dropping.
Yes, they can be flying.
They're all up to the right, they've come out of the Islander. I wasn't watching. And we're at 11,500 feet. Another one coming up, I don't know how many we've got. Must be about 7 or 8.
I'm 7 on now. Finally. It's already, he's coming in nicely.
Looking good. Next man going. Bit of oscillation there. Next man's in, but they're still planing. Everyone's doing their job nicely. KLA canopies fly. 10. Play canopy fly. Wessex coming past, they're all opening up in front of us. Looking good.
When we did that work now, it's on line 7. We're about 8.5, just to the north of the field of it. We are November, Roger.
Plenty of time. There they are.
6, 7, 8, 9, there we come. Gently, gently, gently. Gently, okay, come down. Okay, nice. Left foot. That's on. Right foot. That's on. That's very nice. Okay. How many done, Bob? 4, 5, 6.
11 just docking.
We're not going to make it.
And canopy seeming flying nice. Everything's looking nice and smooth down below.
It's not working. Nick Hopkins not here. Watch the wobble, watch the wobble. Damp it down, damp it down.
Got a swing starting down the bottom.
These canopies take a lot longer to settle down than the old Pegasus.
We don't finish soon, we've had it.
Well, Boswell's in.
Central in your risers.
Yes. 12 coming on.
Damp it down on the bottom. Damp it down on the bottom.
They're dampening down.
How many gone now? Damping that spring down.
I don't know, I can't see it, it's in a curve.
3,000 feet.
Got a swing starting down below.
3,000 feet. Split it up, split up. Come on, hurry up. Okay.
Splitting up, going for home.
So the first attempt ended with a stack of 13, 2 below the British and European record.
Sit down, will you?
Back on the ground, it was time for Pete Lampson to try and resolve some of the problems.
Okay, I want a show of hands. Everybody was on. And let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
There were some nice approaches. For instance, Greg had a really nice approach, but unfortunately when he arrived the person wasn't ready to accept him, so he had to go.
Now, that's where we had the problem with your nose.
Yeah.
Now, we definitely lost 1,000 feet and 3, maybe 4 dockings there in time.
Straight away, don't hang about.
All right?
We started our first run in too early. Basically, without pointing too many fingers, I'm not knocking Yorkie, but basically, I set off and was sliding across really nice, knowing that, you know, people were sliding behind me, but you were holding off too far away, Yorkie. I could have cut right in front of you, but because you were holding off, I cut round behind you, and then it threw everybody, I think, behind me.
Basically, what happened was we had a swing on the bottom as we were coming near some clag, and Ian couldn't turn it away from the edge of the clag because it was too big. And so it started to just oscillate a fraction, and
There was no reason why it should have been moving around before I docked.
Do you know that you can stop the oscillation by lifting your legs under the canopy in exactly the same way as you do in the riser bars? But for example, imagine that you're sitting on the canopy there. If the canopy comes up this side, as soon as the canopy comes up that side, lift with that leg. And if it goes up on the other side again, lift with the opposite leg, but it won't. As soon as it goes there, lift with your leg and it'll stop. Do you all know that? No. You do now?
And so to another attempt, but by this time the weather had changed for the worse, and that's when things really started to go wrong.
Wow, we've got an ice storm here now.
we're picking up some dump off this cloud.
It's an ice cloud. Just about to see the ground now.
My hands are cold again, and we're going to clip the edge of this cloud. This will probably bump us about quite a bit, might even cause a breakup. Ian, can you go a fraction right? Whoa!
Hey, it's a wee bit cold up here. Just a little bit of snow and ice about.
And we're now going into the clag. But we can still see.
Take this back! Take the back!
Okay, Juster's got his foot caught in the canopy.
Oh no, oh no, he's got Christmas.
Let him go, Juster, let him go. Juster, go! Drop, Juster!
Well, there's something gone wrong with two canopies. They're way off to the left.
I'm going, go on! Go on!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another man coming up.
Now the tension's beginning to come on. It's bumpy. I'm at 4,000 feet and it ain't half bumpy.
This is what I call hardcore. Wrap on the bottom. We've got a wrap. That's a wrap.
Go, go, go!
Collapse, collapse. There's a brain line entanglement, number 4.
Let's break it up.
Brain line entanglement. Break it up. Break it up. Done. Yes, done. Someone's got someone wrapped somewhere.
Split it up!
Bob, your parachute's wrapped around my lines. Don't. Next man, don't. That almost took us all then.
I'm going to hold my temper because of that. But I am going to have a serious word with somebody when we get down.
Cutting away. Reserve's open.
I'm going to have a very serious word with somebody when we get down.
No, and that's his talisman reserve, so that ship...
And it was only when they did arrive down that we found out that yet another accident had taken place, high above the clouds, before we on the ground could even see them.
Just to give you a sit-up on what happened today, everybody's in the know. Two guys in the Porter, Mike and Pete Guest, had face-on collision, got a nice wrap-up. Mike managed to get out with a burst canopy. Pete went whistling down, wrapped up in lines, couldn't pull his reserve or anything, and he sliced the lines up and managed to free it from his body. We had a mess there. Then Mike had an interesting occurrence with Juster, who will probably be able to tell us more about that. Wrap up, had a chance, a tiny chance of getting out of it, and all of a sudden the canopy decided to go and do it again, which totally wrapped him up like a shroud, and Mike had to jump off it. So to salvage something from it then, it was a good training exercise. Give Mick cutaway practice.
Nice exit on the reserve, going over his shoulder.
Yeah.
We could hear you whinging.
Is that the first time you've chopped, Mick? Oh, no. Well, last time you did it, did you roll into your reserve as well?
Oh, yes.
Because for that 1 second I thought you were whistling.
Pete wisely decided to abandon any further attempts until the following morning. was a wise decision. The sun rose to reveal a perfect day. It was now or never.
Keep coming, it's down. 1 in, 2 in. Canopy clear and flying.
Best pin together. Third's in a nice position, closing in. And they're all setting up. He's slightly off the wind line. Third coming in. He's on now. Fourth setting up. Nice position.
Come on, Nige. Easy, easy. Come on in, Nige. No, right foot in, left foot in. Come on, Nige. A foot. A foot.
I'm not sure if they were going forward or coming back slightly.
They seem to be going slightly over to the right.
7 on. 8 coming up.
8 is in.
8 on!
Yeah.
Stand by!
9 coming in.
9 on!
Oh, we're above 12,000 feet and the canopies are coming in.
There's the next one in now.
10.
That's the 10th one in. Still stable, still rock stable. Really looking good. The light's good on it as well.
10's on. 11's coming up.
Come on!
Stand by! Greg, what look we doing?
All right. That was 11. 11's on.
Nice one! Nice one! Okay. Okay, you're in. Right, my front line safe. Front line safe. That's 12 on now. We're at 10,000 feet and we have 12 on.
12 on. This is going good.
13 looks like it's safely in. 14 is coming up from behind.
That's 14 on and we're at 9,000 feet.
Nigel, put your nose out now!
I can't see how many we've got now because we're leaning so far forward. They're looking quite good. Discipline seems to be better.
It's really looking good. Can you see it from there, visually? Oh, yeah. Through the tellies, it looks beautiful. All those colours.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 just going on. 15 is on. 16's coming in.
Pop your nose out a little bit.
Okay, right, that's number 16 docking. Now, 16 on.
Okay, we've got 16 on. Hang on.
Fantastic. It's amazing.
Oh, he's playing it.
And so the British and European record was broken with a stack of 16 men.
17 on. 17 on. I mean, at 7,500 feet, 17 is on, 18 set up, and people are set up below.
But would the Marines break the world record of 23 before they reached the critical break-up height of 3,000 feet?
18 is on his way up now. Right, it's really stable up here. Swinging a bit at the bottom. 5,750, 18 is approaching. 18 on now.
18 on.
18 on. 18.
3,000 feet!
Stand by.
3,000 feet!
What's it look like from there?
It's about 3,000 feet.
About 3,000. Yeah, they're breaking off.
Yeah.
fact that we didn't get the world record is a shame, but we beat our own British and European record, so on a high point we did really well, all things considered, and I couldn't have asked for anything more than I got from them, 100%. This particular aspect of sport parachuting is one of the most dangerous. It can be one of the most enjoyable, but when you're going for a record, some of the enjoyment actually gets taken out, and it becomes hard graft.
Basically, you know, we're going into the unknown, certainly to us. And it is only known to, from 17 onwards, to about 6 people in the world. We don't give up in the Royal Marines. I mean, this is just a minor delay. You know, it will be ours, don't worry about it.